Today we will be covering the topics of logging in to the pre-qualification portal, which is also where you will log in to participate in the application process later. We will be covering the challenge node, a quick note, and we will demonstrate this in the platform itself. But the challenge node is only applicable to returning users who participated in the challenge process. For those who are just registering for the first time to participate in the BEAD program, the challenge node will not be available. We will also be covering accessibility features, the layout of sections, section navigation, required questions, templates and uploads, autosave feature and functionality, download of certification, and download of the pre-qualification application in its totality. If you've not already registered, please go to register.bead.cpuc.ca.gov/register/bead to register. If you have already registered, you can go to bead.grant.cpuc.ca.gov to log in. Upon navigating to bead.grant.cpuc.ca.gov, it will bring you to this page where you can log in using your existing credentials. Here, you can use the password that you've already set, or you can log in using the magic link by selecting login with email instead. Also, if you're having trouble logging in, you can reset your password in case you forgot it. So for today's purposes, we will log in using the magic link, which has been sent to this inbox. In your inbox, you will see this message here, letting you know that the magic link will expire within 15 minutes. Upon successfully logging in, you will come to your home page, and here you can see pre-qualification activities, which can start now. You can see your organization profile. We do recommend that you visit your organization profile first to ensure that the information is correct. Once the BEAD application window is open, this portion will become available. This is also where you can invite and see all of your existing teammates. If you select this link here, you can add a new person and provide their email address, and they will be invited to your portal. We do caution you to make sure that these are authorized individuals to work within the application or pre-qualification processes. The accessibility features can be found on the left side menu bar. By selecting accessibility, it will first take you to a page where if there is an issue with the accessibility features, you can fill out this information and submit the form. There are also personalization tools that have a basic set of accessibility features that can be applied directly to the site. For example, if you're needing a different contrast, you can select the contrast button here and change between the different options that are set available. Same with color shift for visual cues. You can also change the text size, spacing. You can add a guide to the screen, and there are other features found here within. And finally, a note, there are keyboard shortcuts for basic navigation of these accessibility features. The organization profile will be pre-populated with some of the information that you provided during the registration process. Here, this is already all filled out. Of course, you want to make sure that this information is accurate to your organization. So there's basic information. You also have contact information. So this should be the person who set up the portal. If not, this would be the person that should be contacted as the primary point of contact for your organization. Next is the organization information, and you can select your org from a dropdown If your organization does not appear, you can select Other, in which case you'll be prompted to provide your ISP name as well as the provider ID. Finally, confirming the FRN. If you have a SAM.gov account, UEI, you can place that information here, and also your TIN. Finally, this information can be reviewed all at once. You can navigate back to the different sections. We'll cover this functionality again once we get to the pre-qualification process. And you can also download a PDF of your organization profile for your records. The application can be saved here or by selecting the Save Profile button. To briefly cover the challenge node, this was available during the challenge process. And again, just as a reminder, if you have registered and logged in for the first time and you did not participate during the challenge process, this will not be available. If you're a returning user, your challenge dashboard as well as a record of your challenges will remain here intact, as well as the challenge map, which again will not be used as part of the BEAT process. Moving on to the pre-qualification section. Here you will see the organization profile information that you have already entered, and it will prompt you for new questions if information needs to be confirmed. Required questions are indicated with a red asterisk, and while you can save in progress by selecting the Save Application button or hitting the Next button, it will not allow you to submit until all required fields are populated. One other feature to note, the portal does have a 15-minute timeout, and if you are on a page and you have not hit save or navigated to another page, those inputs will not be saved. The section layout is administrative, financial capability, management and organizational capability, compliance with applicable laws, fair labor practices, technical capabilities, risk management, confidentiality and certification, and finally, review and submit. Once you come to the review and submit page, you will be able to download a PDF of all of your recorded responses within the platform. It will also highlight if you have not completed the application, and the submit button will be grayed out until all required fields have been provided. The sections can be navigated using the top bar, and there might also be subsections. So within financial capability, for example, there's also letter of credit and funding processes. There might also be certain questions that contain a template that needs to be filled and re-uploaded to the portal. The templates can be downloaded directly from the portal by selecting those templates, which will then trigger a download. Once the information is completed, the upload field will tell you which file format is accepted. So this one, for example, supports a single upload in the Excel file format. Each upload will define what can be uploaded, what type of document is needed, and again, if it is required or not. One other section that we'd like to cover today is the confidentiality section. If you or your organization would like to keep certain fields confidential in your provided responses, you can select yes to the confidentiality, and you can download the template, which will give you a list of the questions, and you can indicate on that template which responses you would like to remain confidential. You can also export a complete application PDF and redact that application PDF and upload it back to this section here. Finally, we would like to cover the certification. Whether you are a telephone corporation or a non-telephone corporation, there will be an affidavit which must be completed, signed, and notarized. The document is available for download here, where you can sign, have it notarized, and then upload the completed notarized form to this input box here. Thank you for watching this video. And as a closing note, we'd like to provide useful links throughout this process. There's the registration link mentioned at the top of the video, where if you have not registered, you can follow this link to find the relevant instructions and gain access to the portal upon approval. There's also a link to the portal itself. This is where you will navigate to complete different activities throughout the process. If you have a BEAD or policy related question, please direct those questions to bead@cpuc.ca.gov. If you have a portal related question or notice a bug that needs attention, please direct those questions to cahelpdesk@ready.net. Thank you.